Good afternoon, stream. How's everybody doing today? We are back for another edition of the Cloud Native Coffee Hour. It's going to be a lot of fun. We are going to look at persistent storage, and we've done this before. We did it with Rook before. Now that we're kind of going all in right now on Rancher, just kind of doing a deep dive explore of that, we're going to look at Longhorn. And with me today, I have Dan McCracken. Say hi to all the beautiful people.
Good afternoon. Hello, beautiful people. Hi, Merida.
Oh, Merida's in chat. Merida, VIP, let's go. All right, so let's just jump right into it because I am not in a very much of a chit-chatty mood today. I am all focused. I am like hardcore
hot
today.
Potato.
I'm a hot potato today. I've been hitting it hard, nose to the grindstone. So, like I said, we're deep diving Rancher tooling. We've really set up a really great cluster now. It's been kind of a lab up to this point, I would say, but we are changing that. We're making it productionalized. So we've added some AMD nodes. You saw that on the last stream, and that worked out really well. We've installed Rancher server onto the K3s cluster, and it's got all the monitoring, the logging. You've seen some of that. But we still need to turn on the persistence. So that is our goal today, and I have our persistence expert here. And yeah, so I think I'm going to hand it over. We can go whatever route you want. The furthest I've gone is I've clicked on I installed Longhorn. It installed fine, and I've gone to the Longhorn dashboard. That is
Show me your volumes. Show me your volumes, please.
All right, I'm going to go to screen share.
All right.
We are there.
Okay. Oh, looks so good. Okay. Right. So, question. What is Longhorn? Wait. Question. Where did you install Longhorn from?
Okay, good question. So I wanted to experience the Rancher ecosystem. I think there's I could have gone about it in a more, enterprise way, but I'm like, I want to see what it does. So I use some of the Rancher tooling. So if you click on our cluster there in the list.
Clicking.
Beautiful. And then you click cluster tools at the very bottom left.
Okay.
You can click any of these links and it'll install it. So I actually installed Grafana, Prometheus, all the monitoring tools right here. Same thing with Longhorn. I just clicked the big blue install button. Both of them worked perfectly. All the other ones didn't.
Oh.
I think it's just because of the nature of our cluster being unique. Yeah, I mean, it's a mixture of ARM nodes and AMD nodes, and I think just some of the images worked because, these tools are multifaceted, so half of it worked and the other half didn't, and so I just deleted it and whatever. So this is how I installed Longhorn.
I'm going to click this button. Did we customize Helm options?
I did not, no. I just took it as is, just to see what it did.
All right, let's keep going. Look at all this stuff. Okay. That makes sense. I like what you've done here. Yes. Wow. Cool. Okay. Longhorn storage classes. I'm just looking around.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah. We'll just take a peek. What's this button do? Oh, what? This is so good. What? Oh, it just pops you over to the GitHub. Oh, it's so good. Is this literally the same thing? No, it's not exactly the same thing. Okay. No problem. Let's just take a look here. Longhorn sorry, you can't see this very well. And I know we've gone over this, but you know, this is the deep dive. Longhorn, distributed block storage for Kubernetes. Cloud native storage because it's built using Kubernetes and container primitives. Okay. Sounds a lot like Rook, which is perfect. A tightly integrated, or at least a rancher version of Rook, or Rook Ceph, is basically what Longhorn is. That means something to me because I know those tools. That's good. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's keep going. Prerequisites. Container runtime, Kubernetes, bash curl, findment. We can check on all these really quick. I'm pretty sure we'll have these. Open iscsi. CSI is container storage interface, blah, blah, blah. Something very important. We probably have it. And an iscsi daemon is running on all of the nodes. Okay. GKE, it's recommended Ubuntu, guest OS, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Well, let's start here. Do you remember, this is one of my favorite memories of working with you lately, Makita. And actually, this was like 2 years ago. Do you remember? I remember exactly where I was when we kind of went into Rook deep dive. It was like 2 years ago. It was the summer of 2020. And I was over in the basement in the cornfield at my in-laws house. And I was figuring out Rook, and we were going through that together. And it was super fun. We got it to work. And I'm going back. How did we do that? We had to do all sorts of things like this. Like, okay, make sure everything, the stars are aligned, and then storage gets happy. You remember that? This is really funny.
I do. Yeah, because I mean, when we were doing it on OpenStack, and we were trying to hook it up to pre-existing like Ceph nodes and stuff, and I think we were overcomplicating it at the time. But yeah, no, it was really exciting. One other thing I will share too is this. I'm gonna shoot you something in Discord here real quick. That link is a guy reviewing like 4 or 5 different Rook/Longhorn options.
Okay.
And each one he has a tutorial for how to set it up on Raspberry Pis. So there's actually, his Longhorn section said that Longhorn was the easiest to get set up, and that would be his recommendation.
Roger.
And yeah, so those are the options that he goes through. It just and then if you scroll down, I guess not very far, it's right there, but his Longhorn section talks about the things that he had to do to make it work.
Sorry.
What are you all giggly about?
I heard Raven caw.
Oh, really?
It was great. It's totally fine.
Would she say something?
No.
Oh.
All right. Hi, Sam. Sam's in the chat. Okay. Just taking a look here. We need. I'm gonna go back to these guys in a second.
Please. But I just wanted to hand this to you because I forgot about it.
No problem. This is actually probably what we'll end up doing. I think we'll figure it out. Yeah, because this is like, okay, what disks are we going to use for storage? Which is kind of that's what we were doing with Rook, and prepping those USB drives and getting them all blah blah blah. Which is, I'm not a storage engineer I'm a new storage engineer. I'm a novice storage engineer.
You're a cloud native storage engineer.
I'm a cloud native storage engineer. Yeah, let's go. Especially with GKE, you just get a storage class and just Can I have the NVMe? Could I have the
Right.
pleb spinning disk? Thank you. And then we'll use storage classes and be done. Okay. Step 1. Let's block ID. That should be there. Well, let's try find mount. I know bash is there, curl's there, grep and awk are going to be there. Find mount.
The
We're on
very
node
last
9.
sentence of those instructions says that it comes pre-installed on Ubuntu. So they recommend using Ubuntu because it's already set up.
For GKE, recommended Ubuntu as guest OS image since it already contains. So GKE's Ubuntu does have this. I would agree that that's what this says. This guy might not have that. That might mean that we don't have that yet.
What up, Nick?
But we do have find
Welcome
mount.
to the chat.
Welcome to the experience. Of course. So this seems a little spish. Might not have this. This is on one of the newest installs too.
You could try system CTL status. Yeah.
Okay. Open iscsi service. Okay. Log into default iscsi. I think that's supposed to be scuzzy, which is kind of a fun word. It's loaded.
1 week
Start
and 5 days
condition
ago.
failed. Okay, so maybe it is here. It just doesn't. It's not on the path, which is fine. That's really nice. So you just say, you don't even need to open iscsi. Good. Okay.
Okay, so it's not started though, right? It's inactive.
It's dead.
She dead.
Hello.
I'm sorry.
Yes, she is. She is definitely. You don't need to apologize. We love her. The internet loves her and needs her, deserves her. Hey. Some CTL. Start. Open iscsi.
I laid down the law just now.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. You're gonna hear about that one later. Kernel CTL -fu. Yeah. Condition check resulted in login to default targets being skipped. Maybe that's fine. Let's just go. Let's keep going. I think it's fine. It's not doing anything, but it's installed. And the daemon is running on nodes. Maybe it's not running on nodes. Let's check another node since we're here. Check one of the pies.
Check the new one. Check
that
9.
was the new one.
Oh.
That's what I was just on. Hang on.
Loaded, inactive, dead. Condition
Right, that
failed.
was the wrong one. Well, wait. ICSI ID service. Huh. Inact. But it's here. So there are two of these things. One is enabled. So, sorry. Open ICSI service and ISCSI D service. It's the daemon. Loaded, inactive, triggered by this socket. So, okay. We'll have to go back. We'll check node 9 in a minute. But system you'll start iscsid. Please. Bad.
I'm just reading the guy's guide here.
Okay, now it's running. Next question. So
What'd you do?
the iscsid service, yeah, the service is disabled. So it doesn't, that's the, where we set a bunch of systemd services and we say enable, and then it'll auto start on run or whatever. So we might have to enable this across our fleet. So let's just keep an eye on that. But I would say this is now started. That's good. That's today. Hey. Now if we say systemctl start the other thing, which was this guy. Condition check resulted in login to default targets being skipped. Okay, well, the daemon's running. Let's read this again. Make sure it's been installed and the daemon is running on all nodes. Okay, well, this is the most important part. Okay. Fair enough. So that's kind of interesting. The thing to, oh man, if I was taking notes.
I feel like we need to be taking notes because we're going to want to modify our Ansible to enable this.
Notes. Oh, you know what? I'll just use a big brain notepad. And then I'll email these to you. Or, I don't know. Just kidding. Basically, we liked what worked for us. Systemctl start.
iscsid.
Scuzzy.
iscsid.
Yeah, I think so. So, okay. Let's assume that we need to do that. Okay. Next. Source code. Okay, chart information. Please install the chart in Longhorn system. I assume we've done that.
Yep.
Is that a good assumption? Let's take a
Yeah, it does it
let's take a look.
automatically.
Let's look at things. Look at all the namespaces. It's fantastic. Longhorn system. Beautiful. What were we on? Node 8? We'll see its provisions there. They're doing much. Okay, and just looking at this provisioner, I see when we had an application successfully provision a PVC, a volume with this PVC. Now we're kind of exploring the Kubernetes situation, but let's take a look at that. We've got PVCs, and they are bound to PVs. Cool. And they are of the Longhorn storage class, which we love to see. And we've got Postgres, EB disk, and a replica. That's awesome. And if we take a look at the volume, it says... Sorry,
hey, Crap Show. Thank you for the follow.
What
Appreciate
up?
it.
Just a clever name.
Yeah, everybody's names are all kind of like puns like that, and sometimes you're like, you say it, and all of a sudden you're like, I mean, that name's fine. Your name's great. I've had some that you say it, and you're like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that out loud.
Okay, volume mode, file system. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So is this not working?
Well, if you look at events,
Checking.
I love
Speaking.
K9s, but it hangs every once in a while.
In our awesome. Okay,
No, just in general.
we can deal. Okay.
A failed mount.
Oh, the pod is failing the mount. But we have a volume, supposedly, and a claim. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at this. Unable to attach or mount unmounted volumes. That guy. That one's kind of interesting, but then this one obviously looks familiar. Timed out, waiting for the condition. Gosh.
It's an extremely helpful error.
It's on node 7. Well, that's where the pod is. It's really weird. It's this guy. He's the one being angry. Hopefully we don't have any passwords in there. Failed mount. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Lots of stuff. CSI, Longhorn driver, global mount. Okay. Output mount. Bad option. Seems like a bad option. Bad option. For several file systems, NFS, we're not using NFS. CIFS, we're not using that. You might need a sbin mount.type helper program. Failed mount. Keep unable to attach volumes. Crazy. Now, okay. Thank you for letting me review that.
Now, there seems to be, if you look at the guy's tutorial that I sent you,
Go into
he
the
talks about a
tutorial.
couple of things that aren't in the Helm chart.
Okay.
So if you scroll up here, let me look at it here. Go to the very top where it says Longhorn. Right there. A little lower. Right there. A little bit lower.
I see it.
Yeah. So it says fairly new Kubernetes native file system for ARM64 at the time of this writing. But man, it just worked. After the ordeal of RookSF, it was such a breeze to set up, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so as you know from our node setup, I want to use a separate USB flash drive on each worker node to be the volume for storage.
Big brain.
Just like what we did.
Yep.
Longhorn is making this simple for us. All you need to do is mount the disk under var lib longhorn, which is a default data path. I forgot to do that beforehand and had to change it later. It's super simple, so no worries. I ended up with my storage under /storage01. You can leave it at var lib longhorn if you're not using another disk or USB disk. I just changed it to storage01 since this is easy to find, and when adding another disk, I can add it as storage 2, 3, 4, blah, 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 etc. Okay. Then it goes on to say there's an issue with the Raspberry Pi in that each time you plug in a USB drive, it randomly assigns it a name at random, regardless. So I mean, like if you plug it into the same port on different Raspberry Pis, it just randomly assigns it a name, so they won't be the same across them.
Okay.
Okay. So that's something good for us to know, because I think we want to plug those USBs back in.
Certainly.
That being said, software requirements. Install NFS Common, install Open iscsid, and util Linux. And then it has some manual steps for identifying the storage disks. Then it has a command on here that he runs in Ansible to wipe those USB drives.
It's awesome.
If you go a little bit lower on the screen, it's actually underneath that wipe.
Wipe fs-a. It's the only way to be sure. Cool. You love running automation that's like, delete it. Really delete it. Like, oh gosh. Hold on to your butts.
So that's pretty cool. We could actually automate that, so whenever we do a rebuild, we could wipe those USB drives as a part of our Ansible.
Maybe we don't want to, but we could.
So then it goes on for a little bit more here, some more setup stuff, and then the install, and we're Gucci.
Default data path. You can remove it. Blah blah blah. Edit the disks later from the UI. Oh, it's beautiful. So it has a manager UI.
You want to take a look at it?
Yep.
All right, go to the Rancher dashboard. Click on Longhorn on the left.
I feel like there's still more I want to do here, but come back to that.
Click that. Hey. What did we decide? Mike Lemon? Because we were saying Mick Lemon.
Yeah.
Is it McLemon? I thought it was Mike Lemon or something. I thought we figured out the name. Like there is a play on something. We were excited.
Are they here? Oh, hey. New week, huh? We're doing fine. So fine. It's great. How do you pronounce your name? Mike or Mick? You let us know, and then we'll get it right.
He's changing soon. Doesn't matter. We'll go.
It doesn't matter. Fine. I kind of want to know, but whatever. All right. Just right off the bat, when the last time you demoed this to me, it was like, and you were like, dude, check it out. We've got storage. And I'm like, what storage is it using? This is kind of crazy. Seems crazy to me. Because we don't have the USB drives in. So, I mean, it's just using leftover space on the root disk. Like, how does it decide what to do there? It's kind of interesting. I've just had that question, so I was looking forward to this stream very much because I want to learn what's it doing. Reserved, used. It must think that we've got this much spare space. And it thinks that we've got 2 volumes. I mean, it definitely thinks we have 2 volumes. Schedule what? Recurring jobs schedule. Very cool. It's so cool. Backups. Delete it? No. Detach? No. Update replicas? Very interesting. Update data locality. What does this one do? Okay. Yeah,
best effort.
I love a best effort.
I love that. I'm going to use that just like, if Ashley asks me to do the laundry, I'll be like, I'll give it my best effort.
I'm going to give you a best effort. What are these things? Little links down here. Like it. Volume open, node open, setting open. We'll figure that out. Node. Please sort. Yes. Interesting. Oh. Yeah, this makes sense because these are the new ones. The Pis have, well, quite frankly, that's a huge, why does it think it's 181 gig? The Pi USB drives are, or the SD cards are 64 gig, so this is a little funny. So it's lying. Oh, here you go. This gets closer to 60. Take it. Very interesting. Like what can we see? Mirrored Longhorn engine, okay. Okay. But this one. Same thing. Oh, it's got a replica. I feel like I don't need to know too much about that. General settings. Allow node drain with the last healthy replica. By default, Longhorn will block kubectl drain action on a node if the node contains the last healthy replica of volume. Okay, that's kind of cool.
That is very cool.
So I feel like this kind of is doing the Ceph part, the Ceph data replication block storage part of what I'm familiar with Brook Ceph. Okay.
What's a reoccurring job here? Oh, sorry. I thought that was the whole page. It's got a big scroll bar.
Automatically delete stuff. Okay. Automatic salvage. Yep. Backing image recovery. Wait, seems important.
Yeah, McLemmon. The so Rancher is a lot of things, and I think their marketing team failed at making them all distinct. So Rancher has a Kubernetes distribution where it's like actually Kubernetes. So we're running a version of that. It's called K3S on a 12 node Raspberry Pi system. And then we installed Rancher Server, which is basically like a management platform where you can actually keep track of all your clusters. Like you could have 100 Kubernetes clusters and it would keep track of those for you, and then you can actually like navigate them. And then Rancher also has a product called Longhorn, which is a tool that allows you to manage storage and volumes and things like that. And so we're looking at the Longhorn user interface right now because we installed it and it hooked up to the empty storage that we still had left on the Raspberry Pis. And it's not working yet. So we're trying to kind of, we're exploring. We haven't used Longhorn ourselves. We usually use Rook. So this is our first experiment with it. If that answers your question.
Danger Zone. Cue the music. Cue Top Gun. No spoilers, I haven't seen the new one. I hope Tom Cruise lives. But don't tell me. Have you seen the new Top Gun?
I have not. Ashley saw the original for the first time like a month ago. And I hadn't seen it in a long time. There's literally only 3 songs in that, and they just replay them over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty impressive.
Take My Breath Away, Great Balls of Fire, go into the Danger Zone.
Yep.
We're running into the Danger Zone. I'm messing that up.
I think it's heading straight
Yeah.
into the Danger Zone.
Yes. Good with that. Okay. This didn't tell us much. This I don't want to care about. This I don't care about. I'm really kind of intrigued, like where it decided to just like give us, or just like scrape space off the. It must just be doing some magic stuff. And so yeah, a lot of what we're looking for here today is like, well, what is it doing by default? Because something's not working. Like the pods are unable to attach these volumes that look to be built, but the pod can't use it. And this is weird. Like,
where did you see bad option?
yeah.
For several file systems. Oh, you might need an sbin/mount.type help program. You know what? What I think, you know what I think the problem is?
Go ahead.
I think it's exactly the first steps in the guy's guide. I think the volumes have to be under varlib Longhorn.
But where are they now?
Do a what's the command? Hold on. What is it? LF or LF?
lsblk?
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, lsblk-f. They are. They're on a they're on their own subnet. So we've got a lot of random stuff.
Tons of stuff. This is all not useful. Yeah, I mean, I don't see like anything fancy here, which I'm kind of not expecting. I'm on controller 1, but it's got its claws into everything.
Can we dig in any deeper here? Does it say like what mount it's using? What if you go into like edit node on that page? That's
Scheduling
it?
enable
Wow.
disable.
I'll go to the page too.
We can Google this error real quick and see if anything jumps out, and then I kind of want to go back to looking at the Helm chart, or we can go back to this guy's guide and just see if we can make something happen.
I mean, do you have any of those USBs laying around?
They are absolutely lying on top of the cage of the cluster. It's
How difficult is it for you to wipe them?
very difficult at all.
Because we could wipe one, plug it in, see what happens.
It might be that simple. Mount T NFS. So it basically builds an NFS network thing. Is that what this is doing? That's kind of nuts. Right?
Maybe. Like I said, I'm not a Ooh. Got it. Go back to the Longhorn dashboard. See those little plus signs?
Mm-hmm.
Click it. There you go. There's the mount path.
Okay.
So it is putting it at varlib Longhorn. So I think the guy's guide is on point. So if we plugged in a wiped USB and then we changed its mount point to be varlib Longhorn.
Mm-hmm. Or changed the default location to be one of those other ones or whatever.
Right. That's kind of my guess here.
lib Longhorn. Bunch of stuff.
Yep.
Okay. This is, I mean, it's super, it seems good. It seems low friction compared to Rook, where, yeah, you kind of have to do some disk stuff. Even though there is a way, look at that. The heck? Oh, yeah. This is, it looks like it's just kind of made a reservation here. How much of our situation's left? Okay. Plenty.
Right. So it created that varlib Longhorn on, and it probably just claimed whatever was available. You know, it's just living in the same disk mount as everything else.
Yeah,
Right.
I think so. It's claimed 25 gig in this bucket right here. I don't see. Right, and all these are container overlays and temp stuff, container stuff. Wait a minute, what's this one? 44 gig? Is that what we just said it was?
Oh my God, dude. That's amazing. Huh.
25 gig.
Hey, okay, so check this out. This is what the guy's guide shows. He has it all automated, but he also goes and shows how to do it manually. If you go back to the Longhorn UI, click on one of the nodes, and do you have a operation thing off to the right if you scroll over?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So click that drop down and say edit nodes and disks. And if you scroll down, you can add a disk, and you can put the path to the mount.
Gotcha. And then you can just
In
kind
there?
of, you can say, hey, just, you can only run Longhorn stuff on certain nodes, you know, do taints and tolerations and blah, blah, blah in here. I get
Right.
it.
And we
That's
probably
big brain.
honestly don't, if you stay on the screen here for just for a second,
Sure.
my thought, if we wanted to just, you know, if we wanted to do this manually, which I kind of think we do, we plug in the USBs, we wipe the USBs, plug in the USBs, and then we come in here, we add those disks to those nodes manually here. And then when we're done, we go through all the nodes and delete the default disk.
Yeah. And then it should only schedule stuff on these.
USBs,
Well,
correct.
Right. I'll be right back. I gotta plug in the disks. Oh man, it's gonna be really tough for me to tell where
We have to
they get
wipe them
plugged
first, don't
into.
we?
Well, we gotta plug them in order to wipe them.
Gotcha.
Let me plug them in. Should I plug them into the new AMD nodes? I'll plug them into 9 and 10 because I know which ones those are.
Sounds good. All right. Well, now I'm by myself, so what do I talk about? How's everybody doing? Has anyone seen my have I shown my keyboard to the stream before? I'm pretty proud of this keyboard. This is my my RamaWorks Lunar New Year edition. It's got a nice brass plate on the back, a little dirty, but this is my pride and joy. It's very heavy. I swear it's like 15 pounds. Love my keyboard. What else can I show you on my desk? No, I'm really excited about this. I I hope it works exactly like we think it's going to. Because if it does, Longhorn is better designed. I'm just gonna say it. I think compared to Rook, I mean Rook's very powerful and it has a lot of discovery options, a lot of automation, but there's something about simplifying the whole process. This is pretty nice. He's returned. How'd it go?
I lied. I plugged them back into the same pies that they were in before, because I know which ones those are too.
Perfect.
I think we'll check. Oh wait, what was it? lsblk. There it is. Pull up some notes. I have to remember everything I've memorized. A year ago. Oh, right, cool. There it is. lsblk dash scuzzy. There's our Corsair USB. Bad boy. Right.
Let's just try the one.
We'll do this one on Node 5. And then here's this guy. And here we can see this guy's got stuff. And then this is the old Rook boy. Okay. Next. Ooh, maybe I did have it on Node 4. My notes are from Node 4. All right. And here's what we do. Ooh, it's SDB. Okay, so I'm gonna paste this in and then change it. So dev SDB. Hang on. Where is my mount?
It doesn't look like it's mounted right now. I didn't see what you wrote.
I'm just. SDB. Okay, it is there. Dev SDB. I just wanted to make sure I don't delete something stupid. Okay, so just to review before we like nuke stuff. There's our guy. It's called SDB. We can clearly see it. It's called SDB. And now what we're gonna do is
Zap it.
we're gonna use sgdisk and zap all on dev SDB. And that's still there, of course. And then that is very nuked.
Beautiful.
And I think I got this from the Rooksef docs, just for the record, if anybody wants to double check me. So it's credible. I didn't invent that.
Okay. Well, I guess if we need to create a file system now,
Potentially.
or a partition.
And that's the piece, right? So do they?
This is Node 5.
Yes. Does he have some steps that they took for that, or?
Checking. I was just gonna try to add it, but let's see.
Right, because Longhorn may take care of all that for us, potentially.
I agree.
Right? Okay.
I think
But
I
right
can.
now, this is a nuked disk without, without a care in the world. So.
It has a file system. His says we can mount the disks to this. So he has a Ansible command. If you bring up his docs, and you scroll down to where it says file system and mount, right there, and then the third code box, the small one at the bottom. If you scroll over in that little box, yeah, that one right there, scroll over. He's running an Ansible command to mount it. There's the UUID with a file system type of ext4. Is there even a file system type on that drive at the moment?
No, it's unformatted.
Let's just see what Longhorn does with an unformatted drive first.
I think that sounds fine.
All right, node 5. Let's see if we can add it.
Okay.
So add disk at the bottom. USB maybe.
Right.
What was it? /dev/SDB?
I think it's still there. I guess it could be.
Still says SDB under name.
That's true. Seems good. Probably some storage engineer watching this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And if they are, tell me what to do.
We're first and foremost Kubernetes guys, so when we have to dive into the storage stuff, we're like, big red button.
How big was this bad boy? Is it 120? Do I have to tell it?
I thought it was 120.
Storage reserved. I'm just gonna leave this. Should I leave this? I don't know. Storage reserved for what? I want to use it.
Nothing. 0.
Yeah. Okay. Saving it. We can see if that does anything.
Checking. So that's node 5. USB drive is unschedulable.
Like, is it working? I don't know. Let's bounce out to, so I'm on node 5. Let's go back and see if like the operator's doing something. Might just have to let it cook.
Good call. Oh, wait. If you go back to the dashboard and you go to dashboard and you scroll down, there's an event log.
Okay.
Disk USB drive. Node 5.
Cannot get disk stat of directory, blah, blah, blah. Failed to execute. NS enter mount.
Cannot read file system information. Not a directory.
Yeah. So it wants us to
partition it.
Feels like it.
Okay. Why don't we delete it from Longhorn? Oh, actually, it'll probably just keep trying.
Probably keep trying. it's weird because, yeah, I have, we just have these interesting different expectations of what all these apps do, and, features come and go. Or, the feature set is clearly different between Brookstuff.
McLemon's on my side. He doesn't think it's mounted
It is
very
not
well.
mounted well. Agree. So
you have some steps on how to format it? Partition it?
no, because this is the piece that
Can you scroll back up in the terminal? Because I thought I saw some instructions in there. Like, here's some next steps. After you formatted it, it said, if you want to create a partition, run this command.
fdisk or other utilities.
Ah, yes.
Right, and I don't have those just sitting around. We can definitely look those up. Oh, see, I'm just looking at this. They wipe with wipefs. And then
Above will clear the partition table and format the disk to... the command's a file system. File system -A.
Never heard of that.
See if it's there.
I think that's it. It feels like this is part of his Ansible, right?
Oh, good point.
Which
McLemon, do you know how for us to format the disk and mount it?
it's probably just that fs block. Fdisk.
Oh, well, I guess it says file system and mount, his next section. It says we need to get a unique identification number for our storage disks so we can mount them every time. Even if the label changes, for that we need to get the UUID of the disk. So then he runs a BLK ID to get the UUID.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's he do? Okay, he puts it in there. Got it. Using Ansible and the mount module, we can mount the disks. I mean, there's a mount command.
Yes, there is. So,
All right, I'm just Googling. How to manually mount and unmount a USB device on Ubuntu. Okay, run the following commands. Sudo fdisk-l.
hey, that's what I've got too. Oh, that's gonna list.
And then your USB device will be listed.
Right here.
And then in our case, it's listed as SSDB, whatever, running a certain file system. Create a mount point for USB device through the following command. Sudo make dir. And then you're just literally making a directory path.
And what did our...
And then you run the mount command.
Here? I want to follow his pattern here. Oh, he's called it storage root
1.
storage 01. We're doing it.
Yeah, just slash storage 01. Do it. So then there's a mount command, right? The command then is mount -t. I'd say ext4 space /dev/sdb and then /storage01. Okay, so it needs to be. So we need to format the drive. Ubuntu format x4. Got it. Ooh. Okay. You ready?
Speak to me.
All right. Type mkfs dot ext4 space dev sdb. That's it.
Please.
Let's go. Looks good.
It looks good. I actually. Okay.
Back to Azure.
We're
Longhorn.
back to Longhorn.
Now you're gonna have to fix that thing though, because the path is different.
Fixing. Fixing. Edit nodes.
Delete it. Just delete that one that we added. Oh, actually, you're right. You could just edit it. Never mind.
No, you definitely can't. Wait a minute. Only the disk with disable. Oh. Okay. Well, maybe if I disable scheduling, I'll be able to go back in and do it.
I think it actually already lit it up. The trash can.
Understood. It did, but I was seeing if I disabled it, would it let me come in here and do this? Nope. Oh, delete, yes. Save, yes. Bye-bye.
She gone.
Go back in, do the thing, add disk. USB drive. It's fine.
I would just do USB.
USB. Yeah, I want it to be different.
Well, I don't like the dash. You know, Kubernetes.
You don't
can
like
be weird
dashes.
about dashes.
You don't like dashes. Enable the scheduling.
Save.
Dashboard. Wait, it's the same thing. Hang on. Wait, did this change? It did. It's ready.
Well, it worked.
Mm-hmm. This moved.
Let's
This moved.
go.
This is ready. So there's Longhorn. So it did see it, and now it's put its bits here. Just a second ago.
Woohoo!
Now what?
Celebration time. Let's delete the other
Well,
mount.
we need to like make all these other ones unschedulable, right?
Well, we'll clean them up. We'll clean them up.
What's
Part
your
of me
suggestion?
wants.
Mhm.
Okay, I have two thoughts here.
Mhm.
I think we need to delete those PVCs first, because otherwise, I don't think it's going to let us clean this up.
Maybe. We can. Is our customer okay with that?
He's fine. No, he's fine. It's not working yet. He tried to deploy the stuff, so
Is this all from a chart?
I believe it is.
I hate messing with it, but okay. But I'm gonna do it. Delete these. It might not go all the way away. Maybe they will. These may have finalizers on them. So we need to delete the finalizer, or we need to edit the thing to get rid of the finalizer. So that everything goes away. Canines is amazing. You know how easy the CKA would be if you had canines?
Oh my god.
Stupid easy. Okay.
Right, and then these volumes.
Released. We're not deleting.
I wonder if we can just do it in the Longhorn UI. Yeah, well, yeah, we can. Why don't we just do it there for stream's sake?
Okay, well, I already did one.
Oh,
I'm just gonna do these.
you're fine. It's still ooh. Oh. Oh, that's cool. Okay, it's gone.
It's interesting. It still thinks they're definitely gone, but
What thinks there's what?
Longhorn still thinks there were 2 volumes.
Click on volume at the top.
Just catching up.
Do you see where it says PV/PVC in the center there?
Yep.
That used to actually have the PV name, and that's disappeared.
Okay.
So I think now we can just delete these here.
Okay.
Or you just delete them. Let's just clean it up.
It's really interesting that there's an entry in Longhorn for it. You know?
Yes, I do know. There's still much to learn.
Yeah, much to learn.
Let's clean up the other nodes now. Let's clean up all the nodes and get rid of the main device. You want to just do the 3 controllers and I'll go through the nodes?
So what's your thought here? Is to
click disable and then the trash can.
Okay.
And then save. Beautiful.
Okay, so this was the out of the box, it tried to provision everything, right? Or it tried to light everything up?
Yep.
I mean, I think that's a good look.
Me too. I think that's great. I mean, out of the box, it's just like, yeah, we're just going to use whatever storage is available on your file system.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
We'll start from the bottom.
I'm not helping.
You're not doing it. Okay, good. You're not doing it, or you're not helping while you're trying to do it?
I'm not doing it.
I think you were very helpful. This is really interesting. I think I like it better than Rook. I hate to say it because
That's what I was saying when you were gone.
I like kind of. It makes more sense. I think it's more approachable. Maybe. I mean,
I feel like Rook was designed by a storage engineer, and Longhorn was designed by more of an application developer.
Maybe.
That's the difference to me. That's what you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, this definitely came about after, years of people struggling with persistence in cloud native environments. So I get it. Okay.
Now, let's see if we can get LBC. Yeah, you want to light those up? Why don't you do those steps on those nodes, and I'll see if I can get a hold of LBC to redeploy. Then we can see what happens.
Yeah, and I'll see if I can capture. I need to capture those notes real quick. I have to scrape this one, Makita. Whoever's doing post-processing.
Are you just gonna type history?
I already did.
Oh, there's nothing there?
There was definitely something there.
Oh, Chris LBC in the house. Perfect. Okay, Chris. We have been, we got Longhorn working. We reinstalled the USB, and we mounted it. So now we're curious if it works. But we need a PVC mount and all that, and instead of us trying to figure out what we could deploy to do it, I thought it'd be easier if I just hit you up. If you could just try redeploying your Helm chart to get the Postgres stuff out there, that'd be awesome, because we manually deleted it, so you might need to do like a Helm uninstall. But we needed to clean it up because it was initially trying to use the default file system. So we have it running on one node right now, which should be fine for a deploy. But we are hooking up the other 2 USB drives on the other nodes as we speak. And if this works, Longhorn all the way.
My gut is that it's not going to. That being said, I want it to. Like right now, I want it to be working. But I don't believe it's going to work. Because it should have been working before. It was just using different file system to do the thing. But I like this better. No, don't get me wrong. This was a really good exercise to use our good storage. Anyway, that's where my mind's at. So I'm working. That's where I'm working from at the moment, just to share my.
And as I was saying, this goes up on YouTube as a VOD. So for all those watching, we're doing all this manually on stream. This is kind of a learning stream. You would want to automate these steps in Ansible. And actually, the guide we were referencing, I'm going to post that guide in chat, because shout out to this guy. He did a really good write-up. He actually bought rpi4cluster.com.
That's awesome.
Pretty good. Seems still borked, he says.
Okay. Node 6 has stuff.
This is on what node?
Five, 6, 7.
Yep, same error still. Okay. Just before. Huh. Well, this time, Longhorn did not even create a PVC.
Did we?
Did you do a delete first, Chris? Like a Helm delete? Yeah? You typed yes so fast. Okay. You did do a Helm delete, and so when you redeployed the PVC, it didn't deploy it? Yeah. Let's try a full delete, because your Helm chart should have the PVC declaration in it, right?
Should have claim. And then the storage class, the Longhorn storage class, should then do its thing, right?
Yeah, he said the stateful set was 7 days old.
Okay.
We didn't delete the stateful set, we just deleted the PVCs.
SDB is still in use. SDB has Ceph mounted. I mean, it's probably. The other ones didn't have this. It's kind of weird. It's zapped.
But it still has a Ceph mount?
It still has Ceph on it. The other ones weren't showing this, which is kind of interesting. Oh, I see volumes now.
So do I. They're in a degraded state. Looking at events.
The volume cannot be scheduled. Yeah, replica scheduling failure. So that's kind of what I was also going to think. Like, we only have the one volume. We need all three. I think it's got some defaults in these settings that we were looking at.
Replica scheduling.
It's either in here or here. Default storage class replica count. I mean, we could change this. We could change our replicas. The Longhorn default storage class replica count. And this is kind of like configuring the Ceph pool, which is really cool.
So we're trying to get the other one up, right? That's...
Yes, the other one, and then the other second one's got this other hanging chad of Ceph that we'll have to nuke even harder, which we can get to that, but yeah, oh yeah, default replica count, cool. So you could change it here too, but whatever.
Change it to 1. If you can change it there real quick.
Would you like?
We're just trying to yeah. We're well over time today, so I kind of want to see if we can just get it working for the stream and for VOD's sake.
We're working overtime. Update replica count. I'm updating it to 1. There you go. I'm fixing it.
Under the volume.
This is amazing.
Itself?
Yes.
Oh my god.
It's amazing. It's healthy.
That's amazing.
Look, I fixed it.
I'm sorry, this UI is pretty good. It's pretty good.
And there you go, 50 gig.
It became healthy. Beautiful. There is a PVC. It's attached to node 10 and node 7. Pod status is pending for both. So let's take a look here. Setup failed. The config map not found. Ooh. Okay. Oh.
Are you looking? Who are you looking at? You're looking at somewhere else.
I'm looking at the events in Kubernetes.
Okay. There we go.
It looks like we got the same exact error we started with.
Okay.
Where mount dat type helper program thing.
Systemctl. Status. iscsid ID. Inactive.
Is inactive. Start it up.
So, please. Started.
I mean, he installed nfs-common, open iscsid, and util Linux. You want to just check to see that those 3 things are installed? Do a sudo apt install nfs-common.
See you, McLemmon.
See you, McLemmon. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate you. Okay. Sudo apt install util-linux.
Already knew it.
Perfect. Okay,
Good.
so we only needed that one package, which makes sense. It was an NFS common, which actually the error itself said that we might need some mount bridge tool, and that's probably what it was. Go back to your Longhorn docs that you brought up,
Is that latest one?
because it actually says to install that at the top.
Yep.
Does it say to do anything else after that? It says say if, go up a little bit. If the is not available, you'll get the blow message. You might need a thing.
Well, that's how I found this page. Okay, excellent. So in theory, stuff starts to work pretty soon.
Ideally.
That would be ideal. And we just have to update our Ansible and we're good to go. Wow. McLemmon posted in the Discord, if you're not in there yet, pretty much posted all of our notes. Thank you. And a bunch of links to, bunch of links to some of the stuff. Nice work. You're hired.
Very, very nice.
I wish Sam would do that for me.
Right?
He's not busy.
Oh,
Okay.
Something just disappeared. I think he's redeploying.
Yeah, try again.
This looks different to me. Oh, come on. Still says helper program.
Okay. This was fun.
All right.
Thank you, Makita. Thank you, LBC, and everyone who stuck around.
McLemmon, thank you so much.
I feel like I learned a lot, and I appreciate the opportunity.
All right. Have a great day. Signing off. Bye-bye.